The Zone is the home of boxing, with over 150 live fights a year.
It's over! There's no way back from this, surely!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
How do you like it? How do you like it?
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
That is what sport means. That is what the EuroLeague trophy means.
Are you not entertained?
I'm not supposed to be cheering, but this is X Series. I can do whatever I want.
Everything is difficult in this life, so still you need to be on it.
It all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Looking to the end zone for the win! Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time, a night to remember.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you live on The Zone. X Series. Let's see some thunder! Here we go. A clean shot, and it could be lights out. Like a pro boxer. 1, 2, 3, light him up. Your winner and the new champion.
After 4 long months, X Series is back with a bang. 10 fights, 22 fighters, titles on the line, a heavyweight survivor tag match. And as for the main event, well, a dentist steps into the ring with a gorilla.
Not just there to take part. I just love the aspect of pure violence. I'll take anyone you've got.
I'm impressed.
The gorilla against 100 men. One down. 99 to go. I'm simply better than all of these. I'm taking over.
Welcome to the Valent Live, right in the heart of Derby, known for its industrial past, but tonight it's something a little different. Tonight it plays host to X Series 21. And welcome inside this lovely arena. I am joined by Danny Aarons, Riley Osborne, Ben Davis as usual. Now, first of all, tonight is Blinders and Brawls, so we thought we would pay homage to the Peaky Blinders. If you cannot tell by our, you guys more than me, I think, in their suits and flat caps, you look amazing.
I tried my best. I was actually planning on wearing this anyways. Ben had his fit already. And,
yeah, this was in my wardrobe, just something I figured I'd toss on for us.
I've been wearing this for a week straight. A week straight. Sleeping it, everything.
Danny, I have to ask you, because the last time we had you on X Series, your daughter hadn't been born. She has now been born. So how is dad life?
Unbelievable.
Yeah?
I'm fully embracing dad life. I've got a beautiful baby girl at home. The best. It's the best.
Right, it's a huge card. I mean, Riley, I suppose we have to start with the main event. Darren Till, Darren Stewart. I mean, it's such a difficult one because Darren Till put in such a brilliant performance in that fight against Anthony Taylor last time out, didn't he?
He did, but there was always the question because Anthony Taylor coming up a few weight classes, obviously a late replacement. This is a very, very different fight. Darren Stewart, clearly the same size as Darren Till. He's had plenty of time to prepare. He's a much different opponent than Anthony Taylor was. So for me, this is that fight where Darren Till gets to really make the statement that he's not just here to win, he's here to dominate.
Ben, what impressed you the most about this Darren Till performance?
It was the presence, right? It was just the presence of Till inside that ring, not giving Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor an inch of room, and the left hand connecting so viciously, so consistently, so precisely. That's hard to look past. And the uppercuts, I mean, it was just the intuition of a striker that was born, bred, and just trained to dominate inside the ring.
Now, we know about Darren Stewart's fighting history, but obviously, Danny, stepping into the ring for the very first time, I mean, coming up against Darren Till is a tough opponent for your first boxing fight, isn't it?
It's a very long day. Look, I have slight belief that he can cause an absolute... Yeah, but... I don't know. I don't want to be here. You know, it's my debut on the mic. I don't want to annoy anybody, but... He comes from a grappling background. I think he had 12 fights in the UFC. We didn't really see too much with the hands, but what better way to showcase that tonight against Darren Till?
What about the co-main then? Idris Virgo against Ty Mitchell. Now, this has been going off since the media day a month ago, let alone in fight week. And given what Ty Mitchell did in his last fight, could this be fight of the night, Riley?
Look, we think that Darren Till is the main event, but I think the fans might think it's Ty Mitchell because they have been all over it all week at the press conference, at the weigh-ins. They were booing Idris Virgo, letting him know exactly what they think, but that doesn't mean that Idris Virgo is not a dominant champion. As you can see here, just skilled domination in his previous fights. A clear, difficult fight for Ty Mitchell. However, a great opportunity for Ty to be able to prove himself as the new champion.
Was this a bit of a mismatch, do you think, that Idris Virgo's last fight?
No disrespect to Fez Batista, but yeah, that semi-final of the Stake Pro Tournament was a bit of a layup, a slam dunk, right, for Idris Virgo. However, the former UFC lightweight champion, Ben Sater, was a more challenging one. But talking about challenges, Ty Mitchell and Tommy Hench, right back in January. Ty Mitchell, years and years removed from competition, looked splendid, taking out Tommy in such emphatic fashion. I think he got that knockout bonus that night. I know he's coming for another one tonight.
That's a mismatch as well, wasn't it, Danny? Like,
don't put it on me. Yeah, don't put it on me.
Danny, let's disparage more.
It was a little bit of a mismatch.
It was a massive mismatch. Look, they both tried their hardest, but Ty, he's fighting similar opposition tonight. Let's just say that.
This is more of a test. Idris Virgo is way more of a test. Right, well, we are 4 members of the team, but do not worry because there is a 5th, and he is somewhere backstage. Over to you, Charlie Parsons.
Thanks, Liv. Yes, here we are in Derby ahead of a massive night of boxing. That is the Gorilla, Darren Till's locker room. We will be speaking to him as he gets the hands wrapped before his massive main event fight tonight, as we will with all of the other fighters, bringing you the best moments from backstage. If you're watching at home on DAZN, make sure to comment on the fan zone. We'll have polls coming up throughout the night. Tell us how the fights are going to go, and make sure you do not blink tonight live on DAZN.
Well, what a night of crossover boxing we had for you. And it all starts with Dylan Price against Kari Kani Mancia. That follows Amir Anderson against Ernesto Oliveira. Then Joey Knight. Everyone loves Joey Knight, don't they? He comes up against Andrew Howson. And then we have this heavyweight tag match going on. Survivor tag match. Godson versus Big Tobes versus Tempo Arts versus Curtis Pritchard. We are very, very much looking forward to that. Now, following that is Jordan Banjo. We've just seen him in the ring a few seconds ago. He was warming up. He comes up against Love Island's Will Anderson. Then we've got Wakey Wines versus Modine. Now, that has been a very entertaining build-up, hasn't it? I think everyone's looking forward to that fight. Everyone's looking forward to this as well. Waleed Sharks versus Fox the G. And, of course, Chase Damore comes up against Tank Tolman in that heavyweight championship fight. Now, we get to the co-main event. Idris Virgo defending his belt against Ty Mitchell. We just spoke about what an incredible fight that is going to be. We hope it lives up to every single expectation. And of course, the main event, we have got Darren Till against Darren Stewart. I cannot wait, and I think I speak for everyone when we say we cannot wait for that fight. But guess what? It's Price against Mancia. It's fight number 1, and it's time. Ben, over to you.
All the way from Argentina, wants to upset the 19-fight win streak of Dylan Price. All the way from 6-year-old Price. Incredibly decorated, incredibly talented, the silver WBC titleist who is just locked in on dominating Riley Osborne. This first fight is going to be a great one.
Absolutely. Fireworks in the book here. Dylan Price, 26 years of age, against his slight senior at 32 years of age, but both weighing in at 122 pounds.
I love it. Kari Mancia says he wants the upset Price, suggesting that he's going to find a first-round stoppage. Let's send it inside to our Master of Ceremonies, Huss.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on DAZN. Welcome to the Valent Live here in Derby, England, United Kingdom, for a night of boxing entertainment. X-Series 21 Blinders and Brawls, brought to you by Misfits Boxing and proudly sponsored by Prime Hydration. Misfits 21 is also sponsored by The Weekend Offender. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for our first bout of the evening, scheduled 10 3-minute rounds in the Misfits Boxing Pro Super Bantamweight division. And now, please welcome to the ring, Kari Mancia.
Cordoba, Argentina's Kari Mancia, a very well-seasoned foe for Dylan Price to make his Misfits debut opposite against him. When you think about people inside boxing, right, the journeyman label, not all of them are guaranteed easy tasks. And in Mancia's career, he has been the spoiler several times before, Riley.
Here he has another opportunity to get it done, and you can see it at the weigh-ins. He showed up fit, in shape, ready to go right at 122.7 pounds, ready to go, ready to spoil the show. A true test for the 19-0 Dylan Price.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent to the ring, Dylan Price.
An incredibly highly touted Dylan Price, the real deal. 19 fights, 19 victories, and he suggests that this will be the most excellent one yet. Mams Taylor, why is Price on this promotion?
The guy's 122 pounds and had 13 knockouts out of 19 fights. You don't understand, at that weight class, that is special. Very special, very unusual. This kid he's a machine, and he's got some real competition tonight as well.
And he's got the fan zone betting on him. 84% think he will be victorious. We find out. Let's send it inside to Huss.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds in the Misfits Boxing Pro Super Bantamweight division, brought to you by Misfits Boxing and DAZN, proudly sponsored by Prime Hydration. Misfits 21 is sponsored by Weekend Offender. Your sanctioning body is Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation. Your supervisor in charge, Mike Mazzulli. Your timekeeper at the bell, Peter Lowe. And your 3 judges scoring ringside. From Wales, Mike Hale. From Germany, George Milkey. From Belgium, Benny De Cruz. And your 3rd man in the ring in charge of the action, from England, referee Ian John Lewis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the light blue shorts. His official weight of 122.7 pounds. He has a professional record of 21 fights, 4 losses, 17 wins, and 12 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Cordoba, Argentina, introducing Corey Mancia! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black with white trim. His official weight of 122.2 pounds. He has a professional record, currently undefeated with 19 wins, and 13 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Sicklerville, New Jersey, USA, introducing Dylan, the Real Price!
I'm the referee. I spoke to you both in the dressing room. Obey my command at all times. You both know the rules. Watch your heads. Kick them punches up. When I shout break, break clean, and remember, defend yourselves at all times. Touch them up.
Ian John Lewis, the third man inside for our first fight of the night. A super bantamweight battle between the Argentinian Karikani Mancia in the blue and white, and Dylan, the Real Dill Price in the all-black. Riley, we kick things off with 10 rounds. Round 1 underway.
Dylan Price just glowing with confidence early, but taking his time, slow start, feeling out the jab. I'm curious to see. He's got 10 rounds to work here, plenty of time. What is the strategy going to be?
Oh, well, he's showing you a glimpse of that now, and I'll tell you, there's very few as disciplined as Dylan Price. His dad is a real drill sergeant when it comes to discipline, and you can see he's really going in there, and he said to me he's going to look to finish this pretty early. And his opponent is no slouch, 17-4 with 12 knockouts.
That honestly could be the only glitch here, is if he's a little overconfident, he might get himself caught, but it's not looking the case. I mean, he's very calculated in his approach. 1 minute into this first round here, and just a slow, patient approach, figuring his opponent out, trying to find those gaps.
Educated left hand going upstairs and downstairs. Nice right, partially blocked by Mancia. Ringside all night long, Ben Davis here, Riley Osborne. And, Mams, when you think about the future of Misfits Pro, it is people like Dylan Price.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've got no doubt the kid's a future world champion, and he's not too far away. If he gets past this fight, he'll be 20-0. So he's right there in contention for some serious steps up.
Mancia moving around. Sorry, Riley.
No, just the volume and the accuracy of Price right now seem to be freezing up the hands of Mancia. Mancia not really letting go very much because he's having to be so focused on his defense.
Nice stick by Price downstairs. Midway through round number 1, he has been all pressure. Karikani Mancia has not had a moment to breathe, Mams.
Yeah, Dylan loves that body shot. He mixes it up very well.
Something I love about fights like this is you can feel the intensity in the audience right now. Make no mistake, we are sold out tonight, but you can tell everybody is kind of at the edge of their seats. They can feel the intensity. They can feel the risk that Mancia is under right now.
And Price smiling off a jab connection from Mancia, letting the Argentinian know that he is not phased whatsoever by these connections. There's a good land by Mancia.
Yeah, some nice dirty boxing there.
In a fight like this, would you normally think that Mancia's best chance would be to make it dirty, kind of get in there and get that gritty fight going?
I would say so. Price seems to be someone that wants to overemphasize the technical side of it, maybe. And the Argentinian, 17-4 in the career. He has played spoiler successfully before, and you know, by no means is this a complete washout. It's a competitive first round of 10 so far. Mancia trying to probe with that left hand. There's a good connection from both. Price making him pay, though. Final 10 seconds here in round number 1. Good connection from Mancia.
Mancia building a little confidence here late in the first round.
The Whopper Burger King. 100% flame-grilled beef. Now juicier and tastier than ever, with fresh ingredients and even fluffier buns. Same, but hits different. Whopper never tasted so good.
First bout of 10 here in Derby. Dylan Price and Mancia extend to the second frame. Riley, what would you want to see from the real deal?
The same thing, right? He's obviously won that first round. He has to keep the same pace, keep the same pressure going forward, but honestly, a little bit more defensive responsibility. I think he wasn't respecting it enough, just kind of standing in the pocket when the power was coming back at him and took unnecessary shots.
And Mancia is ranked number 4 in Argentina as well, so he is no slouch. Make no mistake, he is not a journeyman here. He's here for the win.
We don't do easy fights here in Misfits. When you're here, you better be ready.
Double jab into the right hand is there for Price. Largely patient, but I mean, Mams, when he connects, you can feel all of those 13 knockouts in his 19 victories.
Very crisp, and there again. And he listened to his father's advice. He said more feints. Feinted, and punched, and it went right through. Really nice connection. Now going for the body, keeping Mancia guessing.
Doing a great job at kind of bringing the hands down a little bit and then hitting with that right hand up top.
Orthodox on orthodox here. Mancia not able to connect. There's a good uppercut that finds home.
Mancia having a bit of success with the combinations. Huge speed disadvantage. So that's what he needs to do, is keep the combinations flowing.
2 minutes left in round number 2. Mancia whiffs on that shot. Price smiling on the outside, Mams.
Yeah, Mancia's only chance, I think, really, he is a puncher as well, but he's a little bit more of a dirty fighter, less technical. He's got to dirty it up. Corner, Dylan, seems like he's a bit bigger, use that size. But Dylan not having any of it, keeping him away, keeping him at bay with that jab.
And Riley, it seems maybe the problem with trying to apply pressure to Price is that pole right hand, which he seems to be searching for.
Well, you can see Dylan Price, he's dropping that lead hand, which is setting the trap, right? He's trying to bait that right hand forward, and then he's countering off of it.
He's got some fire in those hands, though, Mancia, as well.
And forward pressure, I mean, he's owning the ring right now, right? He's kind of playing his game plan. He's also wearing the shots really well. I mean, Mams, you said it best. This guy's no journeyman. He can win this fight, and I think that durability could be a big key in that.
Yeah, and that's what Dylan wanted. He wanted to step up and, you know, get closer on that road towards the title, the world title.
I mean, if he gets the win tonight, that's 20-0. I mean, that's a pretty strong argument.
Absolutely.
Final minute in round number 2. Mancia digs to the bread basket. Price connects with a jab. But like we mentioned, this is a really good round for Kari Candy Mancia.
He's owned to the center of the ring. He's kind of landed his combinations. I will say, Price has been almost perfect defensively this round, right? So it's hard to judge sometimes when someone's punching the gloves.
Oh. Left hand finds its way to the body. Final 30 seconds. Mancia might not have liked that one. Loading up on the right hand, nothing going, lead uppercut blocked. And the speed differential is starting to really show, Riley.
I'm curious to see if Price is going to be able to kind of maintain that speed advantage deep into this fight. I mean, the thing is it's his pace right now, and he should not get fatigued at his pace.
Hi, my name's Luke Ambler, the co-founder of Andy's Man Club. I'm over here at Pure Gym today with Matthew. We're going to be talking all things mental health and also training. Let's go. What made you go to an Andy's Man Club?
It was mainly my girlfriend that pushed me to do it as well, yeah.
Because guys don't like to accept we've got a problem, do we? So what is it that you're training for?
For me, it's a mental side of thing. I like the challenge of like pushing myself.
This is like carrying the burden, and sometimes you have to have a little break.
Argentina versus USA to kick off X Series 21. Third round up next between Mancia and Price. If you are Kari Candy Mancia, Riley, what is the adjustment to try and recapture some of this momentum?
I mean, it's tough because he's stuck in a position now where he's getting caught with traps when he's applying the pressure, but if he's not, Dylan Price does apply his own pressure, so he's kind of stuck in a no man's land, you could say. He's really got to be able to apply those combinations and keep them on him.
Round number 3 underway here in Derby. Mams, is there any added pressure, right, with this Misfits debut, being on Misfits Pro to show up and entertain?
Absolutely. You know there is. It's undeniable. It just depends how you handle that pressure is what makes you great. You know, but the pressure is there. It's added, whether you like it or not. Nice shots there.
Some good body work from Mancia early in round 3. Price trying to get some of his own.
Beautiful. Punch combination lands for Price.
Yeah. His focus is there now. The Argentinian, a wily old fox, not to be underestimated.
He's been durable, hasn't seemed wobbled or really shocked by any of the strikes. 2 minutes left in round number 3, and Mancia is still in this, Riley.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a 32-year-old. This is not someone way out of their prime. This is not somebody that shouldn't be in there. This is a great fight. We're seeing a very clinical chess match right now. As the fight goes on, I'm curious to see whose damage starts to implement themselves better.
Oh, nice shot there. Mancia, some of his heroes have been Marcos Maidana, the very dangerous Marcos Maidana, and of course the Argentinian King he's a big fan of as well.
I mean, Argentinian King might just be the second best boxer that Argentina's produced.
He is indeed, and he's
if you ask him.
Yeah, if you ask him. He's a gentleman, I'll say that. And he's got some talent. We're looking forward to seeing him back. But for now, can Dylan Price live up to the expectations and the hype?
Mancia is slowly losing the respect of Dylan Price right now. Dylan Price just kind of standing casually in the pocket, deflecting the shots off the hands, and then countering hard when he needs to. I mean, really, Mancia has to start getting that respect back right now because the fight is slowly starting to sway dramatically in the direction of Price if he's able to keep this up.
Another left hand to the body. Final 45 seconds here in round number 3, and Mancia is getting used to being on that bike, Riley. But there's a good connection from him.
It just doesn't seem to be landing with nearly the impact of the shots of Price.
No, Price is a crisp, and he just really turns those hands over very well. I mean, you can see his technique has been impeccable.
Price now stalking Mancia. Blocking the attempt right there. Shot partially gets through for Mancia.
Yeah, the boxer versus the brawler, Riley.
Mancia kind of diving for the waist of Price there. You could feel he was stuck in the corner and had to make a desperate play to get out of it.
Round 3 comes to a close. Dylan Price looking as advertised, but Mancia still has opportunities to dig back into this. May 24th, former undisputed super lightweight champion Josh Taylor moves up to welterweight as he takes on Echo Asselman in Glasgow. Watch the Scots Queensberry debut, all part of over 185 fight nights per year with your DAZN subscription. Taking it back here to Derby, you know, Dylan Price looking as technical, as sharp as can be, but Mancia's chin, Riley, is holding up pretty well.
Absolutely, and I'm curious, Mams, when we're looking at a fight like this, Dylan has kind of established himself now as clearly the more skilled fighter. At what point do we kind of expect him to step it up and to chase the finish?
10 seconds.
You know, it's an interesting one, but you've got to be careful with a guy dangerous like Mancia as well. If you get overzealous, you could get caught, so I'm sure he's cautious there as well, as much as he'd like to get the finish.
Price, Mancia find themselves in round number 3. Excuse me, round 4.
Dominant performance so far from Price. I think we can all agree, likely a 3-round lead for him.
Absolutely agree with you. And to your point earlier about trying to punish Dylan Price, right? It doesn't seem like Mancia's shots have the pop necessary to get Price off of him.
I mean, you know, he's definitely aggressive, but if you look closely, a lot of those shots aren't hitting Price cleanly at all. And that's a testament to his defense. A nice body shot there.
Some of the shots that are landing are just because of almost a lack of respect from Price. He just kind of stands in front of them and goes, I'll just bounce these off the gloves. One might slip through, but he's looking for that counter. He's willing to take the risk to get the counter. As you can see, he drops that hand, and then he's trying to set that trap. He's trying to bait in that right hand. Mancia doing a good job at not falling forward anymore.
Swinging with that right hand is Mancia. Can't find a home. Price now switching to southpaw briefly, showing some new looks here. Eats a jab.
That's a nice shot to the body. Mancia signaling it was low.
Yeah, and Mancia has 105 rounds under his belt in comparison to Dylan Price's 91, so he has 14 rounds more experience.
Ooh. Good uppercut attempt there from Mancia.
Beautiful head movement.
Evading all of it.
I'd like to see some combinations of his own from Price. I mean, he's landing with such power and such pop, but Mancia is a veteran. He's not going to go down from one big shot. It's likely that you're going to need to apply a combination on him to get him sat down at least.
Final minute here of round number 4. Dylan Price firmly in the driver's seat, but will he push the pedal to the metal? There's a left hook that gets through.
He was looking for that, wasn't he? He was waiting for Mancia to come forward. And that sharp, crisp jab of his just scoring at will.
You know, Mancia is doing a good job at not overcommitting his shots, but on the backside of that, that's what's causing them not to have power, right? He's not really digging into any of these shots because the risk is too great.
Bit of a collision right there. Price back up, 15 seconds to go. And when you think about a 10-round fight, Riley, you do have to measure yourself and take things in stride as Mancia opens up with a combination.
I like Dylan's level changes as well.
Beautiful right hand from Price over the top as we head to the midway point of this 10-round affair. And it is difficult to see areas where Kari Canny Mancia can fight his way into this, Riley.
Yes, and it starts to beg the question, at what point do you start to take the risks you need to win the fight? Because, yeah, like I said, Mancia, he's not overcommitting right now. He's doing just enough to not put himself at risk, landing some decent shots, but he's not winning the rounds. And we're about halfway through this fight right now, so at some point, you've got to start winning rounds.
Not everything right hand across the shot.
Mams Taylor, a lot of action later tonight on this card. The heavyweight survivor tag tournament to decide the #1 contender, and then the heavyweight champion defending the throne. What are you most pumped up about here in Derby?
I can't wait for all of it. The heat between Idris Virgo and Ty Mitchell. The Misfits Pro title up for grabs. I can't wait for that one. It's so personal. Yeah, and I think if Dylan can get behind his jab a little more with more urgency and put some combinations together, he could really try to finish this fight early. He needs a little more urgency. He is winning the rounds in my opinion, but needs to step it up a little.
I'm curious to see if it's part of a strategy, potentially waiting till maybe the 5th or 6th round, really feels him out, knows how much gas he's got left in the tank, and then really starts to apply the pressure.
Nice right hand from Mancia moments ago, who seems to be upping the activity, right? Ended round 4 with a bit of a flurry. Now starting strong here.
Little shades of Gervonta Davis versus Rolly Romero there. Price was trying to bait him in against the ropes, but wasn't able to land the shot.
Once again, a southpaw look for Price, who is corralling Mancia into these corners. But to your point, Riley, earlier in this fight, no real extended combinations from Price. It's only been 1 or 2 shots.
And he's looking for that big shot. He's looking to really hurt him, try to get that counter, but it just hasn't come yet.
Yeah, I think he needs more of those 3-4 punch combos, and he had the most luck when he was using that feint and got that right hand through. He's definitely going for that liver. That's how he won his last shot, his last fight. A nice, beautiful, crisp liver shot.
Beautifully switching stances, though, directly in front of his opponent.
Nice work from Mancia to get out of that sticky corner. Midway through round number 5. Riley, what is prompting these stance switches from Price? What do you think he's seeing in Mancia?
I think he's just trying to present an offensive problem. It doesn't look like he really wants to defend from that position, but I think he's just trying to give him a different look when he switches, going for the offensive. Beautiful head movement, though. It seems like as this fight goes on, Price is getting the timing down a little bit more. He's seeing the motion of his opponent a little bit more, and that's what I was curious to see is, was he just taking the time to figure him out, and then in this second half of this fight, we could see a very different fight. Good 3-punch combination to the body there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I like when Price switches to southpaw.
Why not, Mams?
I think he's got more luck with the orthodox stance. I think he's putting himself in a vulnerable position here. It's clearly not when he does go southpaw, that is.
Especially defensively, I've noticed, right? It seems like he's more susceptible to shots coming at him when he's in southpaw.
Obviously it's not his. Oh, there you go. It's not his natural positioning, and it's leaving him vulnerable. It's no time to take risks here on his debut on Misfits.
I gotta say, gentlemen, that was a perfect right hand, and Mancia just ate it and walked right through it. That was unbelievable. Pull right hand, and he just walked right through it.
He's a tough guy. I mean, listen, credit to Price. He's definitely hitting him with some bombs. Another one.
Now Mancia trying to charge and chase Price around this ring at the end of round number 5. Extended combos from the Argentinian, none of them landing. Dylan Price, offensively on top, defensively secure. He is looking impressive in this debut.
People can get involved and join the conversation at the fan zone. Sorry about that, Ben Davis. I just had to get it out. I think Price was stuck in the matrix at the end there. He was absolutely dodging all of those shots.
You talk about glitches earlier in this fight. I mean, he's just coming in, coming out right from these combinations. Coming up next, it's Amir Anderson taking on Ernesto Olvera, the superstar. Cashman looking to bring some bucks to Darby. Mams Taylor, I know you're a big Amir Anderson guy.
I can't wait. The return of Amir Anderson. I mean, this guy, listen, I put my house on it. He is a future world champion for sure. Look at him. Smooth, been really active this week with promo, and he's really getting comfortable in this scene.
Doing everything that you want out of a Misfits Pro fighter. Round 6 here between Kenny Mancia and Dylan Price. We talked about the staying power of Mancia. These shots don't seem to be affecting him too much, Riley, but there's only so much you can take.
Exactly, and I mean, right at the end of that last round, we saw a bit more volume landing clean. I think that it's going to start to weigh on Mancia. I mean, in the early rounds, sometimes you can wear those shots a little bit better, but as it goes on, as he gets more fatigued, as the body shots start to break him down a little bit more, it's going to be integral that he keeps that defensive responsibility up, because those are going to put him down later in the fight.
I still would like to see some more urgency from Price here.
Price able to get out of the way in that southpaw stance. Back to orthodox.
Yes, we like him in orthodox. I feel like there's a little bit less balance when he switches stances there. And leads him to being more susceptible and vulnerable. But the Argentinian prince.
He's trotting around the ring, showing off maybe some gamesmanship from there, the ropes, Riley.
I don't know what he's showing off there. I mean,
that was an interesting move. But he's game, and he's here to fight.
2 minutes left in round number 6, and in terms of suggestions, tactics, changes, volume might be the biggest one, and he's showing some more activity in this round in Mancia.
As we enter the second half of this fight, cardio is going to start to play a much bigger factor, but Dylan Price just doesn't look fatigued at all. I mean, it's been his fight all night, right? And when it's your fight, you're not getting fatigued. You're not wearing your opponent down, so I just don't see it.
Look, Dylan Price has won most every round, and I think he's done it very well technically. He's doing enough to win, but that crisp jab, it's beautiful to watch. But I think Mancia, it makes it difficult to make anyone look special against him, to be honest, to a degree as well. He's a tough customer.
Beautiful shots to enter in from Price. Excellent head movement to get out of the way of that three-piece offering.
I mean, defensively, you can see the confidence of Price growing, but let's see if he can apply that offensively.
Ripping downstairs is the Argentinian. Now sticks a couple jabs into the jaw of Price. Beautiful, right into a body shot. Those ribs might be busted, Ryan.
Absolutely, but it's interesting to say, I mean, go for a couple more right after that, right? Because see, he hurts him a little bit, he stings him, and then he's almost letting him off a little bit, whereas I feel like the opportunity and the opening is there.
Look, I think Dylan is putting on a great display as well. Like at the end of the day, he's not getting hit by anything significant, and oh yeah, he's certainly doing enough to win.
Oh, it's a beautiful display of boxing. I think he's won every single round, frankly.
Yeah.
Hard to make an argument for any Mancia rounds through 5. 10 seconds left in the 6th. Price eats a jab there. Both guys connect.
But Price has hit him with some amazingly tough shots as well. This Mancia guy is not, you know, he's not there to be knocked out.
No slouch at all. Both guys showing chins. Mancia still trying to find ways to win. I like the up in activity, but that only leads him to more risk, I would say, Riley.
But he has to assume risk to win this fight. If he's not accepting risk, he's not going to win, period. He's clearly the slower fighter. He clearly has a slight skill disadvantage, but there are ways to make up for that. Right now, he's eating huge shots, as you can see there from Dylan Price, and he's just not offering us anything that would compel people to believe he's winning this fight. So are you comfortable coasting to defeat, or are you going to try to find the win?
Mams Taylor, when you think about all of the body work that Price has been investing, it doesn't seem to be slowing Mancia down in a considerable manner. Would that start to cause questions for Price?
That's what I think is happening, where he's, look, I know this kid is special, but it's difficult to look as special against a customer like Mancia. This guy's done Iron Monk training in Shaolin temples to harden those livers. And something, I don't know what he's done, but he's definitely...
The notable Shaolin monk summer camps that Mancia's been going to.
I grew up in those summer camps, I'll tell you.
Bumped into Bruce Wayne while he was up there, I heard.
Round 7 here. Nice stick down to the body from Price. And when you think about distance management, Dylan Price has been such an architect of keeping his range really well measured, Riley.
The defense has been really, really impressive, I have to say. I mean, it's been virtually perfect. It seems like the only shots he's getting hit with are when he's kind of trying to find an opening and willing to accept the risk. And then, as you can see, they're just beautiful jabs, keeping it crisp. It's no question anymore to me who is the more skilled fighter. Right now, to me, it's who wants to look the best, who wants that, that show-stopping moment. And it's curious because I feel like it's there for Price. Just like that beautiful
left hand.
That was a beautiful rip to the ribs, Ben.
And Mancia's looking more uncomfortable, Mams, as those continue to connect.
I think it's got to wear him down. I mean, this guy's kind of a Terminator at this point. He's taken some real heat.
Gentlemen, I will say I saw that elbow come down quick after that one landed. He felt that one.
Oh, Price now heads upstairs with it. Mancia, though, again firing back.
But just nothing landing in return. Nice three-punch combination coming from Dylan Price.
Yeah, no, he's in his zone right now. He's definitely looking to finish this.
Riley, if you're Mancia, what could be some ways to try and shut down that left hand of Price?
I mean, it's tough. I would say maybe try to start ripping the body, make sure that Price has to kind of keep his guard up a little bit higher. But right now, with that speed disadvantage, it's hard to see any paths for victories from Mancia other than just a really gritty, dirty approach.
Got a nice left hook in that exchange a little earlier, but...
Seeing a lot more aggression from Price right now.
Mancia wading into the trenches here, eating the shots from Dylan Price. So many weapons on that Price side. Yeah. But that grit from Mancia is displayed in all of these sequences as he just eats shot after shot, Riley.
Yeah, grit only gets you so far, though, Mams. I mean, those body shots are starting to hurt him. We're seeing a little bit of difference in the body language of Mancia when he's taking these shots now.
Yeah, he's keeping his guard closely, protecting those ribs a little bit more than he was. He's showing a lot more respect.
It's only a matter of time now until we see Price elevate those punches and aim for the chin.
Some great jabs that have been getting through for Mancia, right? He finds these moments just not frequent enough at all as he rips to the ribs and heads upstairs.
Yeah, but you can see it's hitting a lot of leather. There's no clean contact on the majority of his punches against Dylan.
But that is the best success he's having, right, Ben? I mean, when he's getting him against the ropes there and trying to apply some pressure. Sure, he's not landing clean, but at least he's landing and he's not really taking anything in response.
This Saturday, Johnny Fisher looks to settle his controversial split decision win against Dave Allen. Will it be repeat or revenge at the Copper Box? Tune in Saturday night to find out, live only on DAZN.
Maybe they're too close.
All credit again to the Argentinian's durability, but if you're Price, right, do you crank this up even more in these final minutes?
I think he has to. He's been pacing himself really well for a 10-round fight, but I think he should actually step it up and really try and finish the fight.
There is an expectation on Misfits to deliver entertainment and highlights, Riley. I mean, if you're coming here to the circus, you might want to subscribe.
We don't play around. You know, we're not coasting to victories around here. We have an expectation, and let's see if he rises to the occasion right now.
And Riley, I know your favorite ride was the merry-go-round at the circus. You like the white unicorn. But it's no time for unicorns here.
Round 8 between Price and Mancia. Mancia trying to find some lands with the left hand, but just nothing there for him.
The corner of Price was kind of giving him a little bit of what's going on here. Let's get this going. Let's get him out of here. 8th round, not much time left to work. And frankly, Dylan Price doesn't even look like he's breathing hard.
Yeah, no question Dylan Price's fitness is very much on point. That's not something he's going to struggle with.
But also that composure and control, those all, you know, contribute to your ability to maintain that cardio.
It's hard to hit Dylan Price. His defense is on point, that's for sure. There you go.
I think, to me, the story of this fight really is that defense. It's been virtually perfect. He's in southpaw right now and just almost perfectly defensive. It's really impressive to see right now.
Price just right out of range. Now double jab into the right hand once more. 2 minutes to go in round number 8. And Mancia's been very neutralized, I'd say, in so many manners. All he can attempt right now is that right hand down the middle. And again, Riley, it's just not connecting.
Ben, he's been completely neutralized. I mean, there's been almost nothing coming back from him. No risks being taken. No real shots that are giving any pressure to Price at all from Mancia. Frankly, at this point, he's really got to apply the pressure and change his complete approach right now, or expect defeat right on the scorecards.
Price walking him down again, landing lefts to the body at will. 1 minute, 9 seconds to go in round number 8.
You can see the hesitancy from Mancia. You can feel that he sees a trap in front of him and he's saying, do I wade into it? Do I risk the damage that's going to come back at me?
Yeah. He's, there you go. He's going to step it up now. And Papa...
Floors Dylan Price in round number 8. Huge Dylan Price.
Hand. 7.
Can Dylan Price answer this call? What an upset it would be. And that is it. He lost every moment of the fight. But when it mattered the most, Corey Canny Mancia floors Dylan Price.
Unbelievable upset when the time came for him to answer the call. He did. Dylan Price started to apply the pressure, got a little bit too comfortable, and paid the price. Sat down with one huge shot, unable to answer the call. Unbelievable win. We said it, man. This guy is here to upset this fight, and he did just that.
He was there to fight, and he definitely stunned everybody there. I think he was surprised.
Out of nowhere. That shot came out of nowhere.
A blink and you miss it moment. The entirety of this
bout was just Mancia eating damaging shot after damaging shot. But boy, in that 8th round, he detonated a thermonuclear bomb onto Dylan Price.
But it was exactly what we were talking about. Was he going to take the risk? Was he going to fire back when the shots were coming at him? And that's where he found the success. He was too comfortable for too long, just kind of defending. And then when he took the risk, he reaped the rewards.
Here's the knockout one more time. 19 victories in a row, no defeats. Gets snapped by an Argentinian. Arrow of a right hand directly onto the chin of Dylan Price. Mams Taylor, it doesn't get more perfect than that.
Timing was unbelievable. I mean, look at that. Gotta give this gentleman credit. He has elevated himself. Really, really was the underdog. Fantastic knockout.
We mentioned in the walkout that he has played spoiler successfully several times before. Well, Kenny Mancia, get ready to celebrate in Derby. Well, if you want some more thunder and lightning like that, we've got a rematch for the ages. Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois face off at Wembley Stadium for undisputed heavyweight glory. Be part of a historic night of boxing live on DAZN, July 19th. That right hand from Mancia was a heavyweight knockdown, Riley. What a win. Let's make it official by sending it inside to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 2 minutes and 42 seconds of round number 8. Your winner by countout, Kenny Mancia.
This is what you can expect on Misfits. No easy fights, no layups. You get an Argentinian who's coming in here to kill and snaps the 19-fight unbeaten streak of Dylan Price in the 8th round.
And that's the difference. That's the difference when you go in here against a grizzled veteran. You can never let off. As you could see, the fight started. Clear performance from Dylan Price. Dominant through the entirety of the fight. Winning every single round. Landing big right hands, big combinations. Defensively perfect until the one moment that it all changed. Mancia found the combinations that Price was landing. Price was trying to do this pull right hand the whole fight. He times it, he sets up the counter of his own, and he lands the 1-2 straight down the pipe. Price, as you can see here, pulling back with the right hand of his own, but gets clipped in clean fashion. The moment he tried to apply the pressure, the moment he didn't have his approach perfect, Mancia took the advantage and got the win. Unbelievable victory from Mancia, able to get the win, able to spoil this show just as we, frankly, just as we like it here on Misfits. Phenomenal performance.
What an upset to kick things off here in Derby. Congrats to Mancia on the singular biggest moment of his career. Truly special here in Derby. And when you think about upsets of the year, Riley, I mean, I don't want to suggest that that was the biggest one, but that's kind of a big one.
It's a big one, and I mean, frankly, I will say, I think this is a great learning opportunity for him, but he'll be back.
Well, let's take it back to Liv backstage. Liv, how are you?
Wow, wow, wow. What a performance from Kenny Mancia. It just shows that all you need is one punch. That is the first fight done, but there is plenty more to come tonight. So let's get straight back to the action for our second fight of the evening.
The Cashman, Amir Anderson, returns, seeking his third straight Misfits stoppage. But 20-fight veteran Ernesto Oliveira promises a spoiler like the one we just saw, Riley. But, man, anytime you're up against Amir Anderson, that's a tough task.
A very, very tough task. Amir Anderson coming in at 21 years of age, 159.9 pounds, going in against his slight elder at 29 years of age, coming in at an almost identical 159.7.
Vera says only thing that matters is winning. Anderson promises he's gonna sleep. Let's send it inside to Huss.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our next bout of the evening, scheduled 6 3-minute rounds in the Misfits Boxing Pro Middleweight Division. And now, please welcome to the ring, Ernesto Vera.
Ernesto Vera wants to repeat what we just saw, a spoiler, an upset for the ages. But boy, he's got a tough customer in Amir Anderson. Riley Osborne, when you think about what Vera needs to do in this fight, where are the keys to victory?
This is a tough task. I mean, when I look at Amir Anderson, he has such a dominant few fights. Even his amateur career was very dominant. So I would have to go to, he has to make it dirty. He has to get gritty. And he has to take Amir Anderson somewhere where Amir hasn't been before. We look at people that have had very successful amateur careers transitioning into pro boxing. Sometimes that's the difference.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent to the ring, Amir Anderson.
A true superstar in the making. 10-time national champion Amir Anderson's pro career has been nothing short of scintillating. The dazzling marksmanship in his hands, leading to effortless stoppages in his first 2 fights, suggests that we've just scratched the surface of what this young man can do. Riley, what are you expecting from the Cashman?
Man, nobody does it like Ben Davis. What a great intro. 90% of people on the fan zone have Amir Anderson winning, and 10% seem to think the upset is going to happen yet again. But Amir Anderson just glowing with confidence. I mean, you can see it just so clearly that he has this deep belief that he's going to win. And does he deliver? That's the question.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the Misfits Boxing Pro Middleweight Division. This bout is brought to you by Misfits Boxing and Dazn, and proudly sponsored by Prime Hydration. Misfits 21 is sponsored by Weekend Offender. This bout is sanctioned by the Mohican Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation. Your supervisor in charge, Mike Mazzulli. Your timekeeper at the bell, Peter Lowe. And your 3 judges scoring ringside. From the Netherlands, Latin Omgar. And from Mongolia, Bayeskalan Sandag. And from England, Ian John Lewis. And your 3rd man in the ring in charge of the action, from the USA, Danny Ziemba. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the black and gold. His official weight of 159.7 pounds. He has a professional record of 22 fights, 8 losses, 1 draw, 13 wins, and 3 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Durango, Mexico, introducing Ernesto Mancia Vera. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the white and pink. His official weight of 159.9 pounds. He is currently undefeated with 2 wins, and both wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Syracuse, New York, USA, introducing Amir the Cashman Anderson.
All right, boxers, your trunks look good. Remember, protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands at all times. Any questions? Habla. Good. Go back to your corners.
Danny Ziemba, 3rd man inside for this middleweight matchup. Amir Anderson in the pink and white, Ernesto Vera in the black and gold. We just saw a spoiler of the ages. Can Vera recreate another one against the Syracuse-born superstar? Shot almost landed for Oliveira, but it just did practically nothing to the brick wall of Amir Anderson, Riley.
I mean, Amir Anderson has such a good frame for this weight class. He carries his weight really, really well. Very developed back and shoulders, able to apply so much power, but still has a very strong presence, heavy presence, which sometimes you don't see from these taller, thinner fighters.
Amir Anderson stopped Kijante Davis at his Misfits boxing debut, then followed it up with a TKO of Niraj on our Qatar Supercard in November.
Pretty special, Ben. We've called almost his entire professional career at this point, and frankly, it's been flawless the whole way.
Oliveira bouncing on the toes here. Good movement, lazy right hand, though, from Oliveira.
I mean, Oliveira's kind of swinging for the bleachers, and we're only 1 minute into this fight, showing the clear skill advantage for Amir Anderson. But as we saw in the last fight, it sometimes takes a bit more than that.
That left hand downstairs caused Oliveira a little bit of concern. Mams Taylor, we know how you feel about Amir Anderson.
Oh, yes, Amir Anderson. He is up against Oliveira, who's had 98 rounds of boxing. This will be his 99th.
That hurt
he can get through it, yeah.
That right hand hurt him.
Anderson said to me, I'm looking to finish this early. I said that about Dylan, so I'm not going to jinx anything here, but...
Oh, decent little right hand. Small connection.
Anderson again goes low. Looks like Oliveira is lacerated above the eyebrow. Now Anderson uncorking some violence. An uppercut connects on Oliveira, and he's against the ropes.
Is disheartened.
I mean, Oliveira doing at least a good job at trying to fire something back, but you can see the power of the shot from Amir Anderson. Everything he's landing right now is hurting.
Lethality from Amir Anderson. He is checking the balances of Ernesto Oliveira. 40 seconds left in round number one. Mams, how can Macho Oliveira survive?
I don't know if there's a pathway to survival here against the great Amir Anderson. You can see him, all different angles still favor him.
He's showing a lot of grit and determination, though, firing back even when he's hurt.
Step back first. Step back first. Keep your hands up.
Look at the defense from Anderson as he avoids those shots being thrown back from Oliveira.
Looks like a mouth guard potentially falling out.
12 seconds left in round number one. Can Oliveira survive them becomes the question.
Oliveira's face looking bruised and battered already.
Just the difference in reaction from the shots landed.
It's never a coincidence. Excellence demands commitment and the drive to refine every detail. On and off the court.
Here's a look at the laceration on Ernesto
Corners,
Oliveira.
10
Shot
seconds.
from Anderson caused it, Riley.
You could just see the crisp,
Seconds
calculated
away.
punches, incredibly
Round
accurate,
two.
busting open the left eye.
Round two ahead. That might be the worst place to get a cut.
That's what I'm saying. The accuracy was literally perfect. I mean, that is a terrible placement for a cut. And so early in the fight, first round, I think it was a minute and a half in, busted wide open.
Remember, hands up. Slide out, John.
Round two underway. Anderson smiling, coming over to the broadcast booth.
Come on, baby.
He's having no problems in there tonight as they take a look at the cut over the eye, right?
Hopefully we get to see this fight continue. It doesn't look bad enough to stop a fight.
Yeah.
You have to wonder if Oliveira, maybe in the back of his mind, was like, that wouldn't be too bad.
Oliveira not known for taking ways out, but Anderson might show him the door here in round number two, because that first frame was just an offensive, spectacular performance, man.
It was indeed. Amir Anderson looking to slam that door
even
on Oliveira's butt.
Names, even the jabs are just snapping the head back of Oliveira.
Crisp, aggressive, controlling the entire pace, everything. It's all Amir Anderson.
Beautiful connections and distance management from Anderson. He's in, he's out. He's a shadow inside that ring, right?
I mean, he's better everywhere, but I think the place where it's the most obvious is in the footwork. I mean, the speed of the feet are incredible from Amir Anderson.
Target practice for the youngster. 2 minutes to go in round number 2. Oliveira struggling to swim in these deep waters.
Oliveira kind of glancing at the referee for a second there. But a durable, gritty fighter.
Yes.
Like you guys said, not looking for any way out, trying his best, but right now it looks like the water is just too deep.
Amir Anderson making his UK pro debut here. The face of Misfits Pro. Nice body shot there. Oliveira is really in for a world of hurt this evening.
And he just can't get anything going. Another connection onto the chin of Oliveira. He's probably asking himself so many questions in there, Riley.
I mean, those shots are thudding. He's not going anywhere. He hasn't taken a knee. He's doing the best of his abilities, but right now the skill differential is just too much.
It is, and you know, Amir is very keen to step up for competition, and Oliveira is a step up in competition from his previous fights. Amir, this is only his 3rd pro fight. So I said, look, we've got to pace ourselves, but definitely Oliveira brings the fight as well. So
I think this is, in my opinion, a great challenge at this level of his career right now. We're seeing a gritty, determined opponent in front of him. However, maybe not super high risk, like Mams was saying, very early in his pro career. Just a great opportunity for him to develop and improve.
To be fair, gentlemen, I'm sure we were saying the same things about Kari Candy Mancia earlier in the week.
To be fair, we weren't, though. I mean, Mancia was a much more established
seasoned
fighter, right?
pro.
Yeah,
he's number 4 in Argentina, probably number 3 now.
Anderson
right behind the Argentinian king.
Oh, absolute combination right now in the corner. Oliveira doesn't seem to have anywhere to go.
Danny Ziemba, brief pause here. Oliveira gets a moment to breathe, but Anderson continuing the onslaught.
Oh, he's styling on him.
You do your job, but you're not getting this guy out of there, all right?
Listening into the corner of Amir Anderson, there is KSI, the CEO, and Callis Sauerland. Ringside, the Blinders and Brawls outfits on both of them. Mams Taylor, what a fun theme we have in Derby.
Yes, Blinders and Brawls, and I can lip read quite well. KSI over there commenting on Callis' forehead.
Riley Osborne ahead of this 3rd round. What do you think is going through Amir Anderson's mind?
I think it's, and you could hear it from his corner, they're talking about him being perfect, even though he's clearly the dominant fighter here, because they want him to make sure that he's not going to make the mistakes that we just saw. He's going to make sure that no matter who's in front of him, he fights perfect, and that's a great thing we want to see.
Nice jab from Anderson, forcing Oliveira back into the ropes. This is a corner that Ernesto has seemingly been unable to evade as he loads the arms up there.
I mean, even in that last round, when the referee pulled him off of him, you'd think he would have left the corner, but he didn't. He just stayed there. I mean, we're seeing the volume and the damage really just, it's slowly crumbling him right now.
Yeah, this is the first time Anderson has ventured into the 3rd round.
Unsure what Oliveira was doing right there. Gets pushed off. Anderson walking him down. Anderson dominated the USA Boxing's 156-pound division in 2022, clinched the 2023 Golden Gloves, and was conquering the 2024 Olympic trials. Riley, this kid just only knows excellence.
Absolutely. Only knows dominance. And as you can see, they're just ripping the shots. I don't think that Vera has much left here.
Uppercuts, a flurry of strikes. Ernesto Olvera, maybe moments away from wilting, man.
He's got nothing for him. I mean, when he takes a shot, there's nobody home. The referee, is calling it.
Danny Ziemba mercifully calls a stoppage as Amir Anderson maybe biffs it on the ring right there, but the Cash Man making another withdrawal here in Derby, Riley.
He might have biffed it on the ring, but he didn't biff it in the ring. A dominant performance every single step of the way. He was perfect at the start, and he finished perfectly. Never showed any gaps in his defense, and only showed perfection and accuracy in his offense. That's exactly what you want to see.
Mance Taylor, when you think about what's next for Amir Anderson, now 3-0, 3 stoppages, where does the Cash Man go?
Amir the Cash Man Anderson is here, and he's making his name fight after fight. Let me tell you, big plans ahead for this boy.
Here's a look at that replay. The TKO came as a result of uppercuts to the body, hooks to the head. I mean, Anderson throwing fury and fire at Olvera, Riley.
Yeah, we just got to make sure to keep him away from any Argentinians, apparently. I'm kidding, of course. I mean, this was brilliant combinations. You could see him apply the pressure when he could feel his opponent hurt in front of him. And that's what we need to see, that killer instinct. That's something that's very different in the amateurs, whereas they're often looking for more points and try to score a different way. But it's, can they transition into the pros where they're going for the KOs, where they're taking their opponents out? And Amir Anderson has done that every single time.
And to your point, in his decorated and illustrious amateur career, Anderson only had 3 stoppages, but now his professional career, 3 straight. Nothing but knowing what to do. I love it. Doncaster Zone, Terry Harper returns home to defend her WBO lightweight title against the undefeated Natalie Zimmerman. Watch the action Friday, May 23rd, live only on DAZN. WBO World Lightweight Championship. Let's make that TKO official and send it up to Haas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute and 30 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Amir Cashman Anderson.
Defense was sublime. The offense was abundant. Riley, this was a perfect performance from the young Amir Anderson.
It's the killer instinct. That's what really steps it out to me. It's the fact that when he sees him hurt, he delivers the power that's needed to finish the fight. Let's go to the story of the fight here. As you can see, just clear confidence, clear range control the entire time. Gets the cut early on with the nice, crisp, straight punches, but staying at distance, staying at range where he's able to deliver the power without being at risk. And that's what we saw in the last fight, where he was taking risks that weren't needed.
Mance Taylor, how do you rate that performance from Amir Anderson?
I mean, listen, it was pretty flawless, wasn't it? Defense, offense, very aggressive, controlled everything. There was never a threat from his opponent there. Look at him just finishing him off. The referee had mercy.
How he's dancing in front of us on the ring apron. The other thing, Riley, like you mentioned, the killer instinct, but just confidence and charisma. It's oozing out of Amir Anderson, even if he might need some lessons in jumping on the ring after that. I love it. Well, let's keep the action moving and send it back to Liv.
Thank you very much, Ben. Yeah, what a performance that was from Amir Anderson. Right, 2 fights down, 8 to go, and this is where we say goodbye to those enjoying our free-to-air service. If you want to keep watching the action, you can sign up now at DAZN.com. You aren't going to want to miss what we've got coming up. For everyone else, stay tuned as a 5-time kickboxing world champion takes on a podcaster.